Let's jump right into it. I want to show you some really cool stocking stuffers, and I picked these. I hand selected them myself just for you. First thing I want to pick is Painter's Pyramids. If you don't have any of these things are fantastic. So what these are made, you just set them on your workbench, and then you can hold projects up while you paint or finish or let them dry, especially like cutting boards and things. I've used these for years, and they're only $7 on Amazon. So they're extremely cheap, very, very cheap to buy and just have a bunch of them. I've got about 20 or 30 of these things, and they stack, they store easy, and they're just really handy to have. My second pick, if you're a woodworker, you need some of these. Go check out TateTools.com. He has some cabinet scrapers here. These are only like $30, and they come in all shapes and sizes. That way you can get into all those crooks and crevices, into radiuses and everything. I use these a lot of times. If you saw that last table build I made, I actually was using the square one to scrape off that extra glue. Perfect for that. They can create a really fine finish too. They scrape off just a minuscule amount of wood at a time. They're really good. Number 3, I use this thing all the time on both my orbital sander and oscillating spindle sander. This thing, if you saw that last video where I had to take all that finish off, had I not had this belt sanding eraser or whatever you call this thing, then I would have been there for days. I would have had to just continually swap those sandpapers out because they just get clogged up with that finish. Or when you're sanding, just different things like that, it'll clog that sandpaper up and it doesn't work anymore. Or if you're doing distressing or something like that, that paint clogs it up. This thing just takes it right out of there, and they're super cheap, like $11 for one of those. Number 4, I have for your Rockler bench cookies. They also have some accessories you can get to use with them, like these stands and different things like that. They actually have paint cones that go on top of these. I've got some of those too. These things are super handy to have. $25 for a set of 4. It's really hard to beat those things, and they hold that work when you're sanding or when you're trying to work with a piece, gets it elevated. The rubber grippies keep it from moving around on your workbench. It's just one of those have to have things, and just throw in a stocking for somebody. Number 5, a glue bot or a glue dispenser. I know y'all seen these all over the place on YouTube. I use them, and they're just super handy to have. It keeps your glue good and not dry. It doesn't dry up on you because it has those caps and things. I always tend to lose the little rubber cap, but the glue will dry right there on the end. You can just peel it off and keep on rocking. If you watched my Christmas list video, this one was already on there, but I had to throw it in there again because these things are so darn useful. These digital levels are perfect for setting angles on your table saw. That's what I use mine for. That magnetic base. If you haven't seen the woodworking or the 5 Christmas gifts for woodworkers videos, it's on the channel. You can go check it out. I like this one. For one, it's Tate Tools. I like Tate Tools. And it's got the on off button and a 0 button. That's it. It's very simple to use, and it just works. The next one is a flush trim saw. If you don't have a flush trim saw, you need one. And there's so many times I've used flush trim saws on different projects. If you saw the last table build for cutting those dowels off flush, but I've used them for tons of other things too. And just making small cuts, like if you just need to take a small bite out of a piece of wood and you don't want to use power saws, one of these is perfect for that. You can just take a little bit of wood off. They cut really clean and nice. CA glue. We all need CA glue. I use it all the time. I probably use this almost as much as I use wood glue. This is a brown plus an accelerator. If you're working with walnut, or if you're going to be painting especially or staining dark, black or brown glue is what you need. And then I've got some clear. I rarely ever use clear. Most of the time it's black and brown is what I wind up using. So I think they're $25 from starbond.com, and you can get these bundles that come with an accelerator and 2 ounces of glue. And you wouldn't think 2 ounces of glue would last long. That stuff goes a very long way, especially if you're just getting nail holes or cracks, stuff like that. RZ mask, dust mask. These things are fantastic. They have a 2-strap model. They have a 1-strap model. These are the M2, the 1-strap model. I have one in safety green. I'm sure you saw me wear it quite a bit. I use this thing all the time. What I like about them is they actually have a replaceable filter inside that you can just take those 2 little black handles off right there, or that little knob, and then that just undoes the filter, and then you can just pull that filter out and put a new one in. And they last quite a long time, those little paper filters. It comes with the extra filters too when you buy it. And the 2-strap model, it actually fits a little better as far as holds to your face a little better. But for comfort, and I just keep going back to the green one you see in the videos all the time. Picking these digital plans up, we try to price them really reasonable so people can afford them, and you can print those off, stuff them in the stocking stuffer, or just email them if you want to be lazy. And we also have shirts available too if you want to check those out, just like the one I'm wearing tonight. 1972. So what kind of ear protection do you like best? Truthfully, you'll see me wearing these all the time. These are AirPods Pro. They have noise cancellation built into them. I wear these all the time. I've got some Powerbeats Pro that I also wear sometimes, but for working, like if you want some OSHA approved and all that, ISO tunes are really great. I've got a pair of those in the shop. And then 3M work tunes, if you like over the ear protection like these, they look just like this, or very, very similar to this. And they're Bluetooth, and you can listen to music and books and all podcasts, stuff like that. But 9 times out of 10, I wear these. I also have those others out there. Matter of fact, the other day I was planning some boards, and these were in the house. I just grabbed those ear mufflings and threw those on. And the great thing about those is you don't have to listen to anything. You can just put them on if you have some short jobs.
Stephanie said extra tape measures.
Always.
4321 says small clamps, like 6-inch clamps. Dallas Lombard says sanding disc.
Yep, I like that.
H2 says saw blades or clamps.
Mm-hmm.
Rich said gift cards, clamps, gift cards to Rockler. That's what David Corliss says, a gift card to a specific gift card. Trip Robbins, a gift card for Forest to Home would be nice. A miter saw, it'll fit.
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
Power tip time.
Power tip time. Do you remember it?
I remember it. Power tip is stocking stuffer. You can never go wrong with clamps. I saw a lot of people put clamps on there, and I was like, they're taking my power tip.
I know. When he told me that as the power tip tonight, I was thinking, man, really? You talk about clamps all the time.
Woodworker likes some clamps.
But y'all are all over it. So
we love some clamps. If you like that video, click that box right there. It's going to take you to 5 Christmas gifts every woodworker would love. Also, another one of my favorite videos right there. If you click either one of those boxes, you get a big old virtual fist bump. Thank you for watching.